Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are live once again for Sunday League F1 in this beautiful Sunday evening for the first sprint round of this season 5 here on F1 24. Fifth round on the season. As you can see, it is Silverstone, one of the most beautiful tracks in the Formula 1 calendar, one of my favorites. I am sure it is one of the favorites for the fans and also for some of the drivers. And yeah, I think we're here for a very exciting round, and we also can see it is quite cloudy, not exactly raining, but rain at Silverstone is not exactly rare, so maybe we could be in for a few surprises, but we'll see later on. And also worth mentioning home race for quite a few of our drivers, like Aiden Jones, Joel Brown. They are definitely British, these two. I'm not sure about the others, but yeah, it's a special race for some of our drivers, so I think they will give it absolutely everything to try and perform at their absolute best at this beautiful track. I am BS Gabri and I should be joined by Jaden anytime soon, so I'm just gonna send him a friendly reminder so that your favorite commentator duo can be back as soon as possible. But in the meanwhile, we can see that the sprint qualifying has started and the first drivers are starting to set their laps in. And at the moment, only 4 drivers have done so, and it is Quaxel being fastest than everyone with a 27.5. And as I say that, I am finally joined by Jaden. Hello!
Good morning.
Good evening, you mean? It's 8 p.m. for us.
Yeah, it is.
7 p.m. for the British drivers racing at home at Silverstone, but yeah, definitely not morning for neither of these drivers, or neither of us. So yeah, in this beautiful evening that is not morning, we are here at Silverstone and Jaden has finally joined us, and we can see the drivers setting the laps, and since it's the sprint format, they want to save the sets of soft tires probably for the real qualifying that will take place later on. So we can see a lot of medium runners, and TS on the mediums currently fastest with a 27.1, Quaxel on the softs in second place, but most of the drivers below are on the mediums. And now Gerbal with the mediums sets almost a pole position for the sprint qualifying. And I was saying earlier, Silverstone is one of my favorite tracks. It is one of the favorites between fans and drivers. So Jaden, I was curious if do you think the same? Do you also think it is kind of a balanced track that has all different kinds of corners? Or do you think that there's like a track that could promote better racing instead of this? What do you think?
Well, in this game, my opinion, I hate this track because for some reason I'm just very slow on this track. I don't really like this track at all driving, but in real life I like the track a lot. But this track is, for example, very good. Sometimes you have very good grip on some couple of corners, but mostly of the time you randomly spin out or just do some random grip on a random track on the spot. So I don't know. It's on the opinion of the driver, and cars are going actually fast right now, which we don't see that a lot actually. That Fox is going to be fastest of in Sunday League F1, even though he's on the softs. But I don't know. It's kind of an challenge for the driver to challenge the understeer and oversteer, challenge your um, your stability for the car, your your throttle, your brake, your ABS. It's everything in one track. You're gonna turn it with. So yeah, it's an opinion for the driver, like I said. What track the best for them is, and uh, what track they are better at. But at the Silverstone is just it's everything in one place. What you need sense for, except for a couple of corners, like turn one, not really a very big thing. But also there is one little thing what um, you lose a lot of time if you do it really good, and that's sector 2. Sector 2 is a really big thing, really big sector where you get the most off actually. And also the last corner also it all makes sense because the last corner, if you do very right, you get a lot of tense up, and sector 2 also. So it's only basically if you have a shit sector 1, it doesn't really matter. If you have a very good sector 2, you have basically maybe one of the best sectors of the track. It's basically like Brazil, but on then bigger one. Because sector 2 is it's really thinking what apex you're gonna get. Because a lot of, well, I'll say the washing curves, the high washing curves on sector 2 is a really big thing right there. So yeah, it's a really big thing of, for sector 2 and sector 3.
Well, yeah, I have to agree because you have kind of those sectors where you can make more mistakes. They are more forgiving, like maybe the ones with the straights, and at the same time, some sectors that are quite technical. And I think with the new handling, the major change was probably in Maggots and Beckett's, the end of sector 2, where now I think half of that section, half of those corners are taken flat, like in 8th gear, flat in 8th, then also flat but downshifting into 7th, and depending on the setup, like if you have a very high downforce setup, you could actually probably take it entirely flat. I saw maybe some esports drivers doing that. I'm not sure if they are gonna do that as well. But yeah, it's an extremely fast section now on this handling. But yeah, at the same time, you're also gonna have to fight some understeer, like slow might be an example. Or also this one, Luffield, the one where Aiden Jones is right now. It's a very long and slow 180 corners, so you really have to balance your car throughout the racing line. So yeah, quite a challenge, I have to say, and I experienced that as well in my driving. But now we are approaching the end of the sprint qualifying, and the drivers are finishing the last runs. At the moment, it's Noah on pole position and Allenby just behind. Joel Brown just set it up good enough for P3. Then we have Gerbert improving by 7/10 after Stowe, so the Ferrari is across the finish line. Could he snatch pole position out of Noah? Yes, he can, with a massive gap from Noah. 6/10.5, the Ferrari just dominates that first position. So Noah not exactly looking like he's exactly on his pace, but it's the sprint. Maybe he's just saving the tires or his pace for the real qualifying and the real race later on, but nothing changes the fact that Gerbert is indeed fighting on pole position with one of his old championship rivals just behind. So I think we're for a good one. But actually no, Noah improves by almost 5/10, but it's not enough for the pole position. So now just barely 2/10 below P1, and Reese in the meanwhile sets himself into P3, beating Allenby 26.8 for the Ferrari. So the McLaren of Allenby into the pits. Joel Brown slightly improves his time, stuck in P5, Quaxel in P6, TS, he's pushing now through Stowe, he was improving by 5 tenths, if he can keep this up, he could go up to P3, now the sub across Vale and then Club, cross the final corner, use the overtake, TS, P3 indeed, almost 3 tenths off of pole and improving by 7 tenths from his previous, so he knocks out Rees out of the podium position, at least in qualifying, but now we have the two Mercedes. Marvin is back into the pits, Flanken is pushing and pushing quite heavily, improving by 8 tenths, but down in P14, he's barely gonna improve his position in P12, just behind Baby Don't Hurt Me, so very far from the point, because let's remember, the points in the sprint are given to the top 8 points to the winner and going down from 1 point until P8. So at the moment it is Adrian Jones qualifying himself outside of the point scoring zone, but just one overtake could be enough for him to try and gain points into the sprint. And I think everyone has crossed the finish line, so yeah, these are the official results of the sprint qualifying. It is Gerbal once again on pole position and Noah locking out the front row. TS in P3, and then we have the Ferrari of Rees starting from P4. In P5 we're gonna have Allenby and two of the 3 home heroes in P6 and P7, Joe Brown and Quaxel. Falcon ahead of Aiden Jones, P8 for Falcon, P9 for Aiden Jones, Marvin in P10. Damien Horm in P11, Flanken in P12, Peter, the only driver to have set his best time with the mediums, will start from P13. Tate in P14, Space P15, P16 for Division, Max, home race for him as well, but he's gonna start from P17. This is the grid for the sprint. I reckon it's gonna be 9 laps, if I read that correctly, so not exactly a big race distance, but good enough to give us plenty of action, I reckon.
Well, you're in day 2. I was checking the map a little bit for corners. I think where the most people can struggle. By the way, the weather isn't seeming very great. Seeing some darkly light clouds, which is what can be rain in the main ways, so that's not a good sign. But I think the most people gonna move is probably turn 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
The 5 red lights are now out for the sprint of this Silverstone race, and Gerbal is trying to defend from Noah. Noah kind of struggling with the wheel spin, but we already have the TS and Rees fighting side by side through turn 2, and now Rees with a massive send into turn 3, under braking, and all of the cars getting past safely. Looks like some positions are being dropped. Quaxel being ahead of his teammate, the two McLaren side by side, but TS and Rees are already fighting intensely from the start line. Now TS has the inside line going into Brooklands, and Rees is still trying as hard as he can to try and stick behind these top 3 to try and maybe snatch a podium and to complete a double Ferrari podium for this sprint, but the race is still he's still barely started. There are still 9 laps to go as Gerbal is still defending the lead, and let's see the position changes, because not exactly a lot of movement, many drivers gaining only 2 positions, while Marvin had a horrible start down in P16, so he's gonna have to climb his way up through the field. But let's watch Allenby, because the two McLarens are side by side throughout the hangar straight, and Allenby has the inside line, he's on the mediums, his teammate on the softs, and Quaxel has the better grip on the outside line, so now it's Quaxel on the inside of Vale and keeps the position. And let's see the tires as well, because it's mostly medium. There is spin, Joe Brown! Joe Brown is off. He's down in dead last around Vale. I don't know what happened. Was it contact or was it a spin?
I don't know. I just saw him spin off of turn 17, but I don't know what happened.
So it's an absolute nightmare for Joe Brown to be down the order on his home race, P17 for the Haas, so he's gonna have to rely only on the main race to gain positions. Lap 2 has started, the DRS is enabled. Noah now has the chance to try and attack Gerbal. Gerbal is kind of sliding, trying to defend from the hungry Vicap just behind, and Noah is pushing. He's pulling off a gap from TS just behind. It is only 2 tenths between the leaders, but 5 tenths between P2 and P3. So Noah chasing Gerbal intensely through Maggots and Beckett's. They are going very, very fast, and Gerbal kind of struggling with the understeer on the exit, but now Noah has the DRS on the angle straight. The slipstream is so massive. The VCAP takes the inside line from the Ferrari, and it takes the lead going into so very easy pass. But obviously Gerbal will have an opportunity once again after the DRS comes.
I see a lot of people going moves for turn 16 actually before they go into 17 day. I see a lot of people going for quite a risky moves there, but I think mostly people, because it does surprise me that a lot of people still fire drivers on the softs. It still surprised me that not everyone don't need it. But I understand it though, why more people need it, because it's a very high tire wear stress. It just eats your tire wear for a couple of laps. But still surprised me though that even though Proxel is on the softs, he's still surviving though. He's still on 5th. That we just never seen Proxel on 5th. It's just this day that he's on 5th.
Yeah, Quaxel currently putting one heck of a performance for his team, and just ahead of his teammate, so he's pushing with those softs. He's taking all of the slipstream from Reese ahead in the Ferrari, but also some movement from Angel. Angel spinning! Angel, oh, massive snap oversteer from Angel, taking a lot of curb on the inside of slow corner. Massive mistake from the Red Bull, which still has kept him on track, but he has dropped him so much down the order. P11 and out of the points for Aiden.
Yeah, that snap of oversteer on the exit on turn 15. It just scary that how much people lost their car there. Maybe because they are on the throttle, or just think they have the right width for the weird tires, and they get a starting going to move on alibi going side to side into turn 7. There is a contact though that pushes alibi a little bit wide. I had to feel okay for that. At the helicopter can, I would probably can, but they start a little bit together. Alibi puts a little bit wide on turn 7, but they have still chilling, no damage at all. Tire contact.
Gerbal has completed the move for the lead of the race, going down into Brooklands, so now he's in P1 back again, giving DRS to his rival just behind him, so it's still a massive DRS train from P1 all the way down to P11 if Aiden Jones can still keep up, although it looks like he's struggling, but now it is still the Ferrari against the VCAB throughout these 4 laps. Now starting the 5th lap of the sprint, half of the race has been completed. In the meanwhile, Falcon sets the fastest lap, but we have a Red Bull on the grass. It's Aiden Jones.
It's Aiden Jones.
Aiden Jones is going on. I think he has spun. He has spun out of the last corner on traction and has gone so much off track and almost into the wall. So massive mistake from the Red Bull, and a absolutely to forget for him. He's gonna compromise the results very, very much indeed. But now Noah and Gerbal once again fighting. They're going side by side through Luffield. Gerbal has the inside, Noah has the outside line. Who's gonna have most traction outside of that corner? They are still going side by side. It's too early to tell. Will they go side by side by cops? Because it looks like they are going to do just that, but no. Gerbal backs out just at the last possible moment. But just enough to be so close to the gearbox of Noah, so that once he activates the DRS, there's gonna be no chance for Noah to defend. But look at CS, he's all over the gearbox of the Ferrari. If he has DRS, he's gonna have also a massive chance to try and overtake the vehicle of Noah. But now it is Gerbal pulling off the move on the inside of Stowe. He takes the lead back again, and in the middle his teammate Reese is feeling the pressure from Falcon just behind. Falcon with the better tire, softs against mediums, 4 laps old, now 5 laps old, going across the finish line. And meanwhile we can see the first penalties and a yellow flag again. It's Flanken, yeah, Flanken going slowly. Going slowly on the straight. I think he might have had a mistake similar to Adrian Jones getting wheel spin out of the last corner, but staying that on track. And Adrian Jones getting all sorts of penalties. I think he's just returning in the pit lane at this point. Yeah, indeed.
I mean, it's sprint, so he has a kind of learn and anything. Have too much traction on the final corner of turn 18. So that's a lesson to learn. He was about to get real race. 76 laps on the board. It's a lot since the Silverstone, but it's gonna be a lesson to learn everyone and the rest.
Oh, but Reese gets a penalty. Track team is penalties going through Mangots and Beckett. 3 seconds will be added to his time, and that's gonna compromise his result. Because let's look at the gaps. He's gonna drop behind. He's gonna be outside of the points.
Ouch.
And now he gets overtaken by Falcon. Reese is still trying to defend the position, but the only thing that he's doing is just losing himself time and improving his chance of losing points because of the penalties. He will just drop down so much down the order, a lot below the top 8. So yeah, as it stands, no chance for points for the Ferrari. So only Gerbal is gonna have to bring those 7, maybe 8 points for the team in red. Now currently in P2, chasing Noah and being chased by TS. These 3 are not leaving any space to each other. There's barely some breathing space between all of these cars. Gerbal still with the DRS. Still trying to approach the vehicle of Noah on the straight, but it's not enough, so he's gonna try just to stick behind before Cops corner. Lap 7 out of 9, 2 laps and a half left for the end of the sprint, and at the moment we do not know who's gonna take the checkered flag first between all 3 of these cars. Anyone could be in contention of the win. Just 2 laps and a half left, but still anything could happen.
Yeah, anything could happen indeed, because we just left 7 out of 9, and Gerbal goes to the before 15 doesn't completely going for side, go to the inside, but he doesn't complete it. You know what, defense with all his space. Now Gerbal was going a little bit to the 16 of the game. A little bit of we thought about it, but not enough. He was not close enough. Now go into turn 1. That is flat out. Mostly you can take by 8th gear normally if you're lowering, but the tire is 7th gear max. Now we go into turn 4. Now flat out. DRS open. So Kick Sauber is doing very well this year actually. Not gonna lie, this season they do very well. Very great. And now they go into turn, I have no idea, turn 9. They're going into, turn 8 they go. And now go straight, flat out into turn 9. with the curb on the inside is actually kind of scary because if you go over there, you can move the car from the rear and you just spin out. But you don't crash, except now Gilbert going for the move again into turn 15. Does he complete it? He does complete it. That's overtaking up. It's amazing. Now they go into turn 16. Exit turn 16. No one goes to move. Everyone stays behind. Now they go into turn 17. Now go into turn 18. It's the last lap out of the sprint. And now the real things are gonna begin. We're gonna be P1, we're gonna be P2, we're gonna be P3. Now Gilbert goes into turn 4. And Noah waits still waits behind. And now if Gilbert takes he can go avenge though. He can go past Noah from here and then have a second DOS at the long straight. But he doesn't do that at all. Now they go into turn 7. I would say the more difficult part of the track of Silverstone. Now they go into turn 8. Now flat out. Go maybe in 7th gear, stay in the 7th gear. Now they go flat out again. Now it's just basically flat out everything. Everything is flat out. Stays in 7th gear. You now lose your rear tires because if you do that you can cause a lot of things. Now they go. Noah, does he complete it? Does he go? He does go for it. But does he connect with the P1? He does! He does!
And there is some wheel banging there as well. Noah and Jabbar fighting intensely. Jabbar with a massive send on the inside of the last corner. And yes, he's having a look up around the other side. And now he's getting overtaken by Felka as well. And there is contact on the last corner. Felka is crashed just before the line. But still goes across to get a P3. What is happening? Noah down in P10. What has happened to Noah? It shows P10 for him.
Noah got a 20-second penalty.
What?
Yeah, he got a 20-second penalty. Maybe because I have no idea why. They thought that Noah thought Falcon because he's fun. I don't know. You need to ask. It's not for me. But as for the game, yeah, he got a 10-second penalty, and yeah, that's about it. I have no idea why.
20 seconds for cutting the corner and gaining a position. On the absolute, yeah, look at the race director, this is what he says, 20 seconds for getting a place, going off track, cutting the corner. So, I mean, and it shows on lap 10, despite 9 laps of racing of the sprint, so he did that just on the very final corner of the very final lap.
Oh, Noah got forced off a bit, so that's why.
So a very controversial and unexpected end, I have to say, to this Silverstone sprint. So I hope the results don't get influenced too much by the stewards. But now we are in for the real qualifying. Now it's underway. The 80 minutes have started ticking. So everyone back into the pits. Some with points, some without points. But there is still quite a big chance to make up for it.
Yeah, it seems like there's going to be rain anyways.
Well, I did see, yeah, I did see the Discord chat. Some drivers, I think, were claiming it will slightly rain.
But we're gonna see that. We're gonna see that anyways. It would be very cool if it kicks off. We're gonna crash like so. So we have a moment of the season.
I don't think it's even possible on this game.
It's impossible, but like a recreation in a safer way instead of flipping your car 6 times, and then you have a joke crash when it is impossible to recreate in F1 and before. But it would be cool if someone crashed in Turn 1, like Joe did. It would be cool, but it can happen. I think not. But can it happen? Yes, it can. But it's a 2% chance that it's gonna be happen, and the rest.
Well, my say is we're not gonna see a crash exactly like the one in real life with the car being flipped over, but I mean in general mayhem in Sir 1 that's very likely.
I mean we have 18 people on the grid.
Oh yeah, especially
So
since Cam joined later, so there is another driver for our team.
No, sorry, 18. Sorry, 18. Sorry, I thought it was 18. I thought it was 19, but 18. It's qualifying one. Is it a full one? It's full one. Yeah, it's full one. Full qualifying.
No, it's shorter.
Oh, it's short. Oh.
I'm pretty sure I saw short in the lobby
it was
settings.
short. Yeah, it was short. Okay. I thought it was full because it was 18 drivers. But
I mean, it's already tough for everyone to stay in the game for 2 hours straight, given the sprint format. Now, if you even add the full qualifying through both the qualifying sessions, we're just gonna take 3 hours. Like at this point, the qualifying itself just lasts longer than the race.
Yeah, true. And we got a very great comment for Jasper. He's on vacation, looking at outcomes. Clap our view, my buddy. En heerlijk bedankt. Ik zie het graag. Dankjewel. Dankjewel voor deze comments. Heel erg bedankt.
Yeah, after some Dutch gibberish, we can focus on the real qualifying as some drivers already started, and Max is the first one to go across the finish line now, currently approaching Stowe and being very low on battery, so not exactly an ideal battery usage for the banker lap here at Silverstone across Vale and now Club. Let's see, on the clock, it's at 27.6 for Max, Haas just behind him, Peter 27.0, so already sending the gap of 5 tenths, but the McLaren of Paxel below Peter in P2. We have the 2 Mercedes, we have Marvin who's finished P2 just 74 thousandths behind Peter. Now we have Red Bull, it's Baby Don't Hurt Me on the Hunger Straight, so just before Stowe, now approaching Stowe on the inside, the 5th gear, short shifting into 6th, get a good exit to set yourself nicely for the braking of Vale and the acceleration of Club, which has showed problems for some drivers like Aiden Jones in the sprint. Baby Me, P5, currently the slowest lap time at 27.6. Now there is the other McLaren, it's Allenby, looking very strong in terms of pace, both in the sprint qualifying and the sprint itself, looking like a very solid driver this season. Let's see if he can keep this up. Yes, 5 thousandths faster than Peter, sets the provisional fastest time of the session. Riz in P4 with his banker. Then there is the Aston Martin of division just starting. We have the Alpine of Cam just starting now. So across the line, who's closest to start another lap? I think it's I don't know. I can't figure out who's about to start.
I actually want to do now. Question myself. I want to do Noah's lap in Dutch. It could be very hard, but it could be very fun. But no, it's gonna understand me.
Are you just gonna do that just because we don't have Zandvoort this season?
Yeah, maybe we have Zandvoort and Michigan Grand What?
Yeah, but we're gonna have Monza, so I'm gonna commentate in Italian. I have a reason to do that. You don't exactly have one.
No, I don't. No, actually no.
For the memes.
For the memes, indeed. So I'm gonna do a Dutch commentating for Noah at a British Grand Prix. It's gonna be very hard, but it's gonna be very fun. No one's gonna understand me at all. That's hard. But okay, Noah is gonna go at turn 16, and I'm going 17, 18. I'm going to translate myself. English is oké, Noah met de eerste lap naar een hele goede outlet, gaat naar rechts en dan naar links. Sorry, links en rechts, links en links. En dan gaat richting zo'n, gaat hij helemaal naar de linkerkant. En een little bit of a slip, een little bit of een kleine oversteer. Nu gaat hij flat out naar rechts. Sorry. En nu gaat hij naar rechts. En dan gaat hij weer flat out naar bocht 8, sorry, bocht 9. Gaat hij in 8 weer gaat hij naar rechts. En nu gaat hij weer flat out naar links, naar rechts. Probeer niet een van die cups te raken. Zo veel als mogelijk. Nu DRS aan. DRS van 11%. En nu gaat hij proberen zo mogelijk om de eentjes te raken. En dan raakt hij ook heel goed met 6 gear. En nu komt half zo'n aan. Met een bocht naar rechts. Sorry, naar links en nu naar rechts. En gaat hij een klein beetje op een oversteken wat heel veel tanks kan maken. En nu weer. En het is een 1:27.115. Wat niet echt de beste is voor Noah. Want hij krijgt heel veel oversteer aan de laatste bochten wat hij had. Dus niet de beste lap voor Noah, maar hij kan beter dan dit, dan 1:15. Now we back to English. And Joe was just at 126.345.
Can I just say my honest opinion about the Dutch language, because it just sounds like a drunk mix of English and German to me.
Yeah, well, I think because we were saved by the English guys. We call it affilianten. So that means America, UK, also German, because Germans were a long time in our country at the World War II. Belgium, I think Belgium was also on the list, but I don't really know. But we call it Aviante, but the country is a little bit like NAVO, but not. The two was a different story. But I think Dutch and German and UK sound a little bit like the same. But then, in a very weird way indeed, yeah.
In the meanwhile, Jaden, can I ask you to just bring your mic closer just a little bit?
Well, the problem is I have a micless mic that I don't have anything close to my mouth. I don't have, for example, like a mic that can close to my mouth. I have a mic that is literally just a little circle that is right next to my mouth. Maybe I talk a little bit
louder.
A bit low. A bit.
Yeah. Try to just speak just a little bit louder. But anyway, we sorted out. In the meanwhile, fun fact: Falcon has set an identical lap time to Allenby. P3 and P4 for Allenby on the podium currently, yeah, and Falcon in P4. Right. Yeah, it's a 0.79 for both of them, and Allenby currently ahead just before he said it earlier than Falcon. And at the same time, only 5 thousandths between Falcon and Peter. So apart from Gerbal, it looks like a very competitive top 5.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a clear battle for P5 indeed. it just makes a little bit it's a very great battle because Silverstone has normally don't don't really have that times normally in F123, F122 go on, but F124 has something different with the lap times because that all depends on your skills, your setup, your suspension, everything else. So, for example, Alibi F Falcon. I think they Falcon is for sure faster than Alibi. That's for sure. I can already just say that. We're probably going to see Alibi spin there again, like Australia, 100%. But I think a 127.079, it just came out of nothing, out of nowhere. I don't think Falcon did even thought that he just the same lap time as Alibi. But it's don't maybe Falcon wasn't really good at sector 2 or sector 3. But I think that Falcon is really it just can be much faster.
Yeah, I think too, to be honest. But now, as we say that, we're gonna commentate a lap for Gerbal now going flat out into turn 1 and 2, 7 gear and braking into turn 3, and now watch out for the traction into turn 4. The exit is very fundamental, and now into 5 DRS onto the Wellington straight, and it's about to finish sector 1 at 27.2, improving by 1 second and a half, trail braking into Brooklands and into Laffield, trying to bring the car to turn so much, flicking the steering wheel and exiting in 4th corner now, accelerating all the way into Cops. The turning point is fundamental at this corner, staying in 7th gear the entire way through, and on the exit still in 7. And now, how many corners? Magazine in flat out, 1, 2, 3 corners being flat out, and the corner of Chapel downshifting into 6, and on the DRS as well, on the hangar straight, improving by 1 second and a half still for Gerbal, now into 6th gear for Stowe, and watch out for track limits, and Gerbal stays, but no, he pits. He thinks his lap was not good enough.
Yeah, it's maybe enough, but
now Noah is pushing. Noah is pushing for the first time on the softs, so he'll be looking forward to definitely improve his time on the mediums, as he's already improving 3 tenths and a half going into Brooklands and Laffy in the 3rd gear for the V-Carb, so we can see the different styles, the different gears between the drivers, and Noah really focusing on the exit after Laffield, but staying in 8th gear through Cops and not exactly taking the apex on the inside, so staying in 8th gear for Magazine Beckett's flat round here, flat round here, flat round here, actually not flat, lifting just a little bit for the 3rd corner of Magazine Beckett's. So not exactly as fast as Gerbal, but he's still improving massively because of his previous time on the mediums. 5 tenths up on his previous 6th gear into Stowe, still inside track limits, burning some energy and braking into Vale, and now into Club, the corner that has cut off so many drivers in the sprint. Let's see now across the finish line, just below pole position, 28 thousandths between the Dutchman and the Polishman. And in the meanwhile, Gerbal is already out on track, so already as fast as possible to be back into the pits and to use the new set of softs to try and put the ultimate pole position time. But with Noah setting a lap with 2 minutes left to go and not overtaking him, it does look like Gerbal has the pole position in his hands, but let's not jinx it. Let's still see what happens. Alibi improved by 2 tenths and a half, so it's good enough for P3. but we are obviously gonna have to wait for the pace of the other drivers, because in the likes of Falcon or Peter or Marvin, Joe Brown, Reese, so many of the drivers, we know how fast they are. They are not exactly midfielders, so the unpredictable can still happen in terms of the fight for pole position. So we're gonna see that in just a moment. The two Ferraris are very, very close to each other, warming up the tires around the Hangar Straight. But let's see, Gerbal provisionally on pole at 26.345 and was looking like he could improve on his previous, but not as much as he wanted. So now, going around Vale and into club, he's gonna try his ultimate pole position lap here around Silverstone, starting once again for the first corner. Originally on the left, on the old layout, now it's a right-hander, flat out for turn 1 and 2, and brake for turn 3, stay in 4th gear, taking the apex nicely. Now watch out for turn 4, 4th gear as well, take a lot of curb on the exit, into 5. Exit is fundamental and use the energy with the DRS. There is a car parked on track. It is Marvin retiring from qualifying, but now Jebal trail braking into Brooklands, 5th gear, and now 4th for Luffield, and massive snap oversteer around Luffield on the traction. He was really pushing his car on the absolute limit of grip, and he's still pushing it as hard as he possibly can. 7th gear for Cops, take the apex very nicely, stay in 7th. Magazine Beckett, flat round here, flat round here, flat round here, and not flat, downshifting into 6th. Watch out for track limits, but Jebal watches out and improves only by 57 thousandths. So his previous attempt, the one where he aborted and going back into repeats, he was actually faster in that one. But now across Stowe and braking for Vale. If he can get good traction, he can improve his lap time massively. Falcon in the meanwhile improves only to P3. Noah improves with a TS6.1 and Jebel with a TS6.1 as well. In the matter of 2 seconds, Jebel and Noah sets the fastest lap time of the session. But in the end, it is Jebel taking P1 once again. Noah looked like he had no time to complete another lap, but he did just that, and he was on pole for only 1 second, because in the end, it is still the Ferrari, 67,000 ahead. He claims P1 in spectacular fashion around Silverstone. CS in P3, Falcon in P4, so it's a completely green second row for Sauber. They looked very, very fast, but not fast enough for pole. Joe Brown in P5, improving massively on his time. Allenby only in P6. Flanken, super lap, P7. Peter in P8. Marvin in P9. And Quaxel already being 1 second slower than Jebel in P10. Reese still not living up to his qualifying standards, down in P11. So he's gonna have to push a bit more than that. Max in P12, improving his qualifying from the sprint. Baby Holm in P13, U Division in P14, Space in 15, Cam in 16th, Tate in 17, Alien Jones. No lap time set. He will start from the absolute back of the grid. The home hero having a terrible weekend at this moment into the qualifying session. So he's gonna have to use a very aggressive strategy for the race. And maybe we can see one heck of a comeback. But we don't know, because let's remember, it could be raining, so absolutely anything could happen.
Yeah, everything can happen.
It's already raining. On the start, we're gonna have a wet start at Silverstone.
Good, I got some food. I can just sit back, watch people just die into turn 1. I think it's a great time and have food.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to watch out for incidents here and there. Starts under the rain, very, very chaotic, and also the drivers had to fix their setups with a park ferme. They had to find the perfect balance for that. So let's see if they can dominate the rain, or if they are gonna get dominated under the rain. But now we can see on the start 5 red lights under the rain here at Silverstone. It is Jebel on pole position who gets a decent start, but Noah has as well. He has a look at, but it is already on the off track on the grass. It is Marvin with a terrible start to this race. Jebel maintains pole position and with a slight contact with Noah around turn 1. But now many cars going around turn 4 and with some overtakes as well. The two Hasses exchanging position and making contact with each other, and flanking following just behind. Already some cars going wide into the grass there. Now Reese in P10, Quaxel in P9, Reese already fighting on the start. The two Hasses as well with the Mercedes of flanking, so already lots of positions being battled on the first lap of this British Grand Prix. Now Reese is fighting with Quaxel once again, but we are already seeing some gaps starting to form. Fergan is only 2 tenths behind Noah, but Noah is 7 tenths behind Jebel. It's a terrible start for the VCAP, who now feels the pressure from Falcon just behind of him.
I think Noah has a wet and dry setup of 1. What most people do at intermediate, but I might be wrong. They could also do a full dry setup, but I just never seen that. Noah just almost 7 tenths behind Gerbot in 1 lap.
Well, with the rain there is obviously the chance to build a gap whenever you want, because the skill gap just gets so massive under the rain. But we can see a huge scramble around the last and the first corner as well. Reese currently fighting his way up through the field, but Adrian Jones with a terrible start. He's already 4 seconds off, but he was 2 seconds off on the first lap, so he's slowing down massively. But now into the second lap, DRS will not be enabled because of the raining conditions. But look at the midfield, the flank and Quaxel U division fighting a lot around now the Wellington Straight. And Quaxel in P11 chasing Franken in P10, but the Aston Martin of U division, the Alpine of Cam and Tate as well, absolutely going everywhere around this track, on the outside, on the inside of the track even. So this midfield is looking very, very competitive. But let's go back to the top because, yeah?
Aiden Jones is ghosted.
He's ghosted? He's on AI!
There's a big chance he just left. Because normally he wouldn't be ghosted.
So I think he might have disconnected and is not coming back.
Yeah. That's the end of Aiden Jones. Yeah, end of his that's the end.
But now Allenby with a massive send into the braking of Vale, taking the inside line with an aggressive move on Falcon already on the second lap, and Jebel has a very comfortable gap to Noah behind. Noah cannot exactly say the same because he's being chased by Falcon so intensely. Noah struggling so much with these wet conditions. It's intermediate tires for everyone, but it's still rain nonetheless, and Noah isn't exactly maximizing the grip in these conditions. Noah goes wide, and now Falcon has a chance. Allenby going wide as well and being attacked by the Haas of Peter. Falcon with a look up down the inside into Brooklands. They are still wheel to wheel, but Noah has the inside line. Falcon goes very wide. Does he have better traction? Does he have better momentum out of Laffield? Not exactly, but now they go side by side just before Cops, and Falcon gets the move. They avoid going side by side into Cops, so now Falcon is up into P2, and a massive wobble for the Sauber as well. So now this gives Noah back another chance to try and get the position back. So lots of battling between these two, but also just behind them are Allenby, Peter and CS fighting so much. Allenby wobbling, oversteering onto the entire track. Peter has the inside line going on the angle straight just before Stowe. Peter attacking Allenby for P4, and he gets the move done very nicely. So lots of battling at the top of the field, the midfield, the bottom of the field. Positions are being exchanged absolutely everywhere on the track, and it is exactly what we love to see.
I got a flashback of Brazil when Gabriel is also cuffed, made up from battle.
Yeah, because the commentary is just so intense, I sometimes cannot keep up with my own voice.
That's good. You learn from that. Now Noah is back on the back of Falcon already the 410s. I think Noah isn't doing a very good job, especially well, Gobot just took him because he is already just almost 4 seconds ahead of Falcon. Gilbert has definitely an a Wayne setup on. Maybe the Wayne setup is maybe transformed into an we have dry and wet, a little bit of an intermediate Wayne setup, but also very good on the dry. So I think Gilbert has that a little bit. Noah, I think Noah is more in the dry setup than the intermediate, than the Wayne setup. So does Targon also a little bit, but he is clearly better in the Wayne than a Noah. So there's a very good advantage for Gilbert because he's already just 4 seconds ahead out of everyone. So very good news for Gilbert. Now Peter into P4. He started. I have no idea where did he start even. So he started 8th and just go to 4th. That's very good for Peter. Joe Brown is not doing good. He's just started 5th, go to 9th. Not the best for Joe Brown, even though it's his home race, and Joe Brown is probably the best Haas driver. Hashtag British here at Silverstone. Because he was the only one in the top 5 at qualifying. But now it's on full-man train from P4. Oh goddamn! From P4 to P7. So it's an it's gonna be a very tough fight for those 4. But as myself, it's gonna be way harder or not. Or is it gonna be staying this weather for the whole race? I think not, but it might be. Must be not. Which you're just gonna have to wait into lap 10, 15, then we know more. But I think the sun is coming out since it's since the sun is just behind the clouds and once more on track. Now,
oh, but concept, Eurovision has spun. Eurovision has been spun around, battling with Flank and Marvin and Quaxo going around Vale. Contact was made with the Aston Martin, so down in P15.
Now, everybody go for the move before turn 1. That's very nice down, go into P4. So that's good. Now we have a battle between TS and Wiz. Wiz wanted to go for the move, but he didn't. It seems like I thought the rain to stop, but it did not. So the way is still going on. Every driver is struggling. Wiz is struggling the most because he just drifted at the exit after 7. That's not good. But he's still surviving it. That's good. Durban, update on him, he's 4.5 seconds ahead. And we got the first penalty of the race by Space and Hayes. He got a juice that penalty. That's not good. And waiting for the win. Now, very good battle between Falcon and Noah. But DRS is still disabled, so that's not good for them. Alibi is still on P4. The grid is a little bit the same, but now it's Coxel into P13. So that's very nice. He does a little bit of contact right there. Both of the cars and Coxel just got contact and spin out. Nice. So
Yeah,
Coxel has spun
Quaxel
out.
not with a good race, I have to say. I mean, he was looking very good in qualifying and especially in the sprint, but just wasn't able to maximize the results out of that. And now he's been spun around as well. I mean, he was already struggling on the at the start of the race, just fighting with the midfield, not exactly where he wanted to be. And well, now the consequence of that, if you fight too much there, you're gonna get spun eventually. So yeah, not exactly a race to remember for Quaxel.
No, especially not this season. This season was great though, but not this way. This race is a terrifying race for him. Update on the rain. There is no rain.
But look at that, yeah, it has stopped raining. It's well, the droplets are not there anymore, and Gerber is faking a pit entrance, but he still stays out. Falcon stays out, Noah as well. Allenby is pitting, so is Spitzer, so we are already seeing the first pit stops to change from the Inters to the Slicks. This is a crucial part into the race.
I wouldn't say that it's gonna be dry, but it's like does definitely look dry. But I don't know if it's dry enough for slick.
It looks very, very dry to me. And now
Yeah,
Peter
but
going with
enough.
actually Allenby going with the hards, Babino Hermie as well. Yeah, going into the hards, they're gonna look forward to go to the end of this race because apparently it's not gonna rain anymore, and there is a Mercedes being held up with a double stack. But yeah, going with the hards, so they must have got the weather report that it's not gonna rain anymore, so they're gonna go to the end with these tires. And let's watch out Allenby very, very closely because he could gain massive time on the Inters runners.
Now going to the end with hard tires will be very tough on Silverstone, but it might be working if we do a really good tires management and not pushing too hard.
But it's a spin at
so
turn one. It's a, oh, Max crashing into the pit lane, and a virtual safety car. Max has crashed at the pit exit. Yeah, he destroyed his front wing into the wall and teleported back into the track. And he has no front wing.
Space is also damaged.
Oh yeah, massive damage for him as well.
Yeah. Our first virtual safety car of the day.
But now this is a huge chance for the Inters to go into the pits. So the timing has worked perfectly for them. Allenby, who was supposed to have a massive undercut on all the intermediate runners, but oh, massive drive-through penalties. Actually, speeding penalties. Let's see. Peter has a drive-through. CS has 10 seconds for speeding. That's not ideal.
No. Yeah, penalty coming to John out. We're back on green again. Now there's a difference. 0% hearts, Falcon, Noah, still both. They are both mediums. Will stays out. I wonder what he's going to do. Maybe because of the he want to do a double pit stop for him. Probably the best Ferrari strategy you could ever have. And double pit stop is not the best what the Ferrari can do.
This is exactly what McLaren did in the real life race at Silverstone. They just didn't beat Piastri because they wanted to avoid the double stack, but Piastri stayed out on Inters on a dry track. It cost him so much time. So Reese, when he pits, is gonna be out of the points.
Yeah. You can probably say that. He's gonna be out of the points. But he might come back. Well, there's a safety car coming, but the possibility of a safety car is very low on this track because everyone is on slicks, and the safety car possibility chance is a little bit going lower than before because of the wind. Now, Wiz is going to pit. He is going to pit. He would probably be P. Even P. I think P like 16. No way, P. You can be after P15. Just kidding. We have a spinner. We have the yellow flag. I don't know who it was.
I think it was Tate. I think it was Tate spinning. Or if not spinning, getting an oversteer.
He might be an oversteer, but I have no idea what I thought like a yellow flag might be right on. So I found did completely wrong. Wiz is on P10. P11. So he is not at the points. I mean, he's 1 point at points, but 1 place, but he still is on P11, so that's a very good thing. He's gonna be P11 and not like P15 or P18.
I think we should watch out for Falcon because he's absolutely flying through the corners. Let's watch out the gap, but massive slide for Falcon going through Chapel. But Falcon now with the faster tires than Gerber, he has the mediums, fresh mediums against the fresh hards. Falcon has a chance of gaining so much time on Gerber leading the race. If he keeps pushing like that and goes back into the 1 second, Falcon could be back into the DRS range, and maybe we can see a proper fight for the win there.
I think people on the 6 are struggling. They are struggling. I have no idea why. Top TJ, Top G, they is struggling for grip. Wiz, when leaving the pits, struggling for grip.
And DRS is now enabled finally.
Gerber just spinning everywhere.
And Arenberg has returned into the pits.
Why?
I mean, he got a track limit penalties just before that, but that's not really a reason to retire.
Why are you retiring? By the way, Gerber is just behind everyone. Okay. Gerber just left almost everyone here. Gerber going crazy.
And Tate as well into the pits. I mean, I can understand Tate because he was just at the back of the field for the entire race, but I don't understand Arenberg. But now, let's watch out for Falcon because look at that. Falcon is now lapping the Aston Martin of space. So, does he have DRS? Yes. But so does Gerbal. Gerbal being stuck into the lap cars traffic. Gerbal can actually use DRS to defend from Falcon just as Falcon came back into the 1 second gap. But look at that, now it's 1.3 seconds between the two of them. He just keeps gaining 3/10 per lap. So Falcon is absolutely pushing at this stage into the race. And he's gonna be back into DRS soon. He sets the fastest lap of the race, 35.3 on the mediums for the Sauber, absolutely flying on the lap, and we are approaching the first half of the race. Falcon very close to DRS. Can he actually use DRS out of turn 5? No, he can't. But he's gonna gain a lot in the corners and he's gonna be closer than ever. Let's watch out those gaps because they're gonna drop down extremely quick.
Now the hearts are still very cold, even though they are warm, about 88 degrees Celsius. If you see on your MFD, but that still doesn't mean they have very good grip. I was practicing on Silverstone, and after 6 laps straight, they have grip. So it's a matter of waiting and patience and warm up the tires, even though the mediums are much faster right now because as one lap they is just have very good grip and hard not.
Yeah, but look at that, Falcon is just a much better exit of the chapel, and with the DRS, he has already made the move, so Gerbal needs to warm up his tires as soon as possible, because he's just dropping so much into the corners. Those are just not giving the grip, and there is an Aston Martin stopped. He was trying space, he was trying to pit to retire, but the rear locked, so he made a mistake even when he tried to retire. But now look, 9 tenths and a half. Gerbal is at a very big risk of losing DRS to Falcon. He can still open his rear wing, but I don't think it's gonna last a lot. Gerbal with a slide as well, coming out of left field. So still trying to push his car to the absolute limit to try and gain anything he can get into the slipstream of Falcon. 6 tenths now, going into Maggots and Beckett's. 5 tenths, DRS enabled for the Ferrari. He takes all of the tow, but not enough. Not enough, and now we're just gonna see how much he loses around the corners. The gap is still the same, but can he gain anything around here really? With the traction, 7 tenths, 5 tenths. The hards are not exactly great on the traction out of slow corners.
No, the hards aren't the greatest thing of the slow corners when they are pressed, even though they aren't really sick like
But look at Gerbal, he's just snapping oversteering out of pretty much every corner. If he hadn't corrected the slide out of turn 4, he would have spun probably.
That is the thing about the hards here at Silverstone. They are spinning every corner you go. So about 6 laps of tire laps, they are probably much better. Maybe 87 if it depends what you push or not. But if they are 6-7 laps old, they will be better than the mediums.
So, well, yeah, Gerbal has put the hards because he is trying to think about the long run. I'm gonna put the hards and struggle at the start, but I'm gonna be faster at the end because the mediums will be more worn than the hards. So that's what he's thinking now, but at the same time he's just struggling so much out of almost every corner, trying to keep the foot down and trying to find the grip into those tires who aren't exactly as grippy as he thought. And Falcon just keeps setting the fastest lap, but now actually Noah goes fastest at 33.2, but yet Noah is not really gaining. He's stuck in those 3 seconds behind Gerbal and not exactly going faster than that.
Yeah, Gerbal may be faster right now because it seems that Gerbal has much better grip than before. Wiz got a 10. Wiz doesn't tired. It's over with. So
massive slide from Falcon, just drifting out of left field.
Yeah, about Wiz, he is retiring. I have no idea why.
He was just not anywhere near the points. I mean, the strategy where he kept being out on track on the inters, he just screwed him up so much once he came back into the pits. And yeah, just so much down the order. The grid, the field is so split. You're not really gonna gain anything if you keep going on, and the safety car chances are quite low. So yeah, I probably can understand why he retires. But let's watch out the gaps, because all of a sudden Noah has gained 8 tenths on Gerbal ahead. So this might be a crucial moment. Gerba struggling even more with those hards, and Felkan and Noah showing why, at least at this part of the race, the mediums are so much better. Noah sets another fastest lap, and now he has gained 1 second on Gerba. It was 3 seconds before, it's 2 seconds now. Gerba, despite the DRS, is getting absolutely smoked by Noah in terms of pace.
Noah isn't doing very great. Already 1 second behind behind Gerba. Isn't racing he can do in the mediums. I saw a yellow flag, but I have no idea what happened. Might be a little bit of a snap over, a little bit of an oversteer. Even a snap can happen, but we shall see that later on. What happened? So for some reason, penalties are coming. Penalties are a thing right now on the Silverstone. Seems like Gerbo is better right now. After those 6 laps of hearts.
Noah is definitely better, because look at that. He's not using DRS, but he's very much into the DRS zone. He's pushing a lot more than Felkan is, despite the same strategy, the same tires. Noah now 9/10 going into the braking of Vale. So Jebel will be under double pressure, trying to chase Felkan as best as he can, but the pressure from Noah is just immense. He sets yet another fastest lap. Now he's gained 1.4 seconds on Jebel in a single lap. Noah is absolutely the fastest car out on track now. It's gonna be very, very soon until we see an overtake from the V-Carb. And going into the Wellington Straight with the DRS. Noah has finally the DRS enabled, and he gets all this slipstream. Felkan is trying to defend, to break the toe. Now it's 5/10 from Noah and Jebel. Look at that, he just gains so much time absolutely everywhere, accelerating, braking, steering. There is nothing you can do as Peter retires into the pit lane, so down to 5 DNFs into this British Grand Prix. But now Noah still chasing Jerbala as close as he can, going into Cops. The gap from these 3 cars is all the same, barely 3/10. Jebel is trying to do the best he can, and Noah as well, absolutely flying at this stage of the Grand Prix. On lap 17, so 10 laps left of racing, and let's see if Noah can still push enough. But Jebel has now caught up to Felkan, and he gets the lead with the DRS just before Stowe. So Noah is gonna have to fight his way through some traffic to find his way to the top once again. But this might actually be a sign that maybe the mediums are starting to drop in terms of tire wear, and the hards might be coming faster, as Gerba sets the fastest lap now on the hards at 32.2, even faster than Noah. Felkan gets a penalty for track limits. Oh no!
Yeah, it's. I mean, fucking could still get the P3, but I don't think he wants that.
Oh yeah, he's very far from his teammate, so he can still be on the podium, but he has compromised so much his chance of fighting for the win now.
Yeah. It's not the best for Falcon, but a very good opportunity for Noah to be higher in the Driver Championship, since he is going to be second after this race, maybe even first, because there's no Dom here. Even. So yeah, it's going to be a 3-man battle here. Jobo says just sent Satsi fastest 62. Spilford now Noah goes for the move from the inside, and he takes the P2. It seems like the hard tires are better than the medium tires right now, because I see that Jobo is pushing away from the pack, already just 5/10. Just not the fastest lap. Noah did. Coxel has using time bouncing. So Joba has 87% of EOS. Noah 81 to 84, and Joba has 98. So a big difference, both of them with EOS. It's lap 19 out of 26. Noah is on the hunt for P1. Falcon is the hunt for get away from his teammate as much as possible, even though it's a 3-second lap penalty, but still has P3. So that's very good for the Kicksauber. But I don't think he wants that result, what he wanted when he was P2. Noah, on the hand, is pushing. He is already 3 tenths behind Jeroboam, goes around the turn 10, 11, 12, and 13 in 14. And the was open for Noah. Does he get the P2? Or does he not get it? No, he doesn't. He does not. He was thinking about it, but he didn't want to send it for lap 19. Now go into lap 20. I will give exactly 7 laps to go on this British Silverstone Grand Prix. So now we go into lap 20 with Joba as the first lap. No, psych. It's welcome to the first lap 131. 131.000. It's very satisfying when you see all the triple zeros on F1. You don't see it you see it rarely, but you don't see it very common the zeros, the triple zeros. Now we have Noah on the back again with the US Open, but it does help him a lot, but not a lot of help, but it helps him to be closer to Gerbil. But Gerbil is still, seems like he's still the fastest in the medium tires, because medium tires are going to be dead after those 7 laps, I think, because it's in a very high tire wear, and it seems like Noah is usually in Gerbil is just trying to get away from the back as much as possible, trying to get away from the DOS from Noah. Now they go again. Noah has DOS and does go for the move. He does get a lead from the outside, from the outside, now from the inside to the outside, and it takes a P1. Now they go again into turn 16, 17, and now go into turn 18. And now is lap 21 out of 26 is 6 laps to go on this beautiful, weird, lovely track in F1 24. Now Noah has fresh air, Juba not. Juba has not fresh air, but Juba has 95 of EOS. He saves all of EOS for later on. Little bit away thing, Gerba goes for the outside, and does he get it? Goes inside into turn 7, takes the inside, and does he get P1? No, he doesn't. Does he? He does not. He does not go into side into turn 8. Now they go into
two cops, they go side by side, and Jebel tries to hang it on the inside line. They still go wheel to wheel, and Falcon is absolutely loving this battle ahead of him, because he knows if any of them make a mistake, he can maximize on that, especially since he has the penalty. But Jebel with a very brave move and just barely backing out of that. But now Jebel has the arrest, so does Falcon, and now these 3 are finally back to be close together into one very small chain, just 2 tenths separating all 3 of these cars, and Noah defending this lead of the race despite his theoretically slower tires. But look at that, Jerbal is now going on the inside into turn 1, but no, he just wants to put pressure into Noah's head, just to show in his rear view mirrors and try and scare Noah maybe into some over defending, but Noah does not get unsettled by that. So it's these 3 always fighting, and with the lap car of Alien just ahead. But in the meanwhile, Joel Brown has set the fastest lap, so it's 1 less point for these top 3, unless they are gonna give it another shot during this fighting, but we will see later on. And it's 5 laps left to this British Grand Prix, and it's not Falcon contending for the win because of the penalty. He's just fighting for the win on track, but the true fight is between Noah and Gerbal. A classic fight there, but Gerbal missed contact with Noah around Maggots and Beckett, almost bound him, but Noah gets repaid back by using the DRS out of the lapped cars of Aiden Jones just ahead, but actually, no, Noah does not have DRS.
No, he does not have.
So Noah is now gonna get almost overtaken by Falcon. Falcon going slightly wide. Now he switches lines almost on the outside, but no, he goes back to the normal racing line. So Gerbal gets back the lead of the race. There is a spin for Max around Laffid. Now Gerbal sets the fastest lap. It's a fight for the win for P1 and P2 between Gerbal and Noah, but also a fight for the fastest lap as well. Gerbal is looking forward to maximize his results in the entire sprint weekend if he gets those 26 points instead of 25. So intense fighting as usual between these two, and it's a rivalry that we've seen in the past. The Dutchman against the Polishman fighting so intensely for the win. We are back to those times where we see these two fighting for that infamous P1 now around Silverstone with these mixed conditions, starting on the rain, finishing in the dry, and interesting strategies as well in what lap you should decide to pit, and these three have decided to pit all into the same lap, and it's why they are so close to each other. But Noah is 5 tenths from Gerbal, while Falcon is only 3 tenths. Falcon, if he has the penalty, he can actually block Noah from his result to try and achieve that P1. He can slow him down a little bit, but he still has to go ahead of him, and that's not happening for now. So closing lap 23, we are about to start lap 24, and 3 laps left with 3 cars fighting at this Silverstone Grand Prix.
You can see that every time Joe gets the fastest lap, but Falcon just steals the fastest lap, and now they go both into side to side, almost into turn 4. Now got into turn 5, and Jumper is ahead. That's 9 tenths. So for some reason, Jumper is doing very good.
Yeah, he had a massive lockup going into the braking of turn 3, so that's what's lost in time. He still has the DRS, but he's 1.1 seconds, so Gerbal is absolutely using his chance. He knows that Noah is struggling. He needs to use this moment exactly right here, right now, to try and build a gap for it to be bigger than 1 second. And at the moment, he's pulling it off massively. Noah, he's feeling the pressure from Falcon despite the penalty, and he's not able to catch up back to Gerbal. It's an absolute costly mistake from Noah, but a very smart play from Gerbal, I have to say.
Yeah, very smart play. Goes really wide at the end. The exit after turn 13, it goes into really wide in turn 14. Now Falcon has DRS, goes in for the move. He goes for the outside. He chooses outside and goes for the move at P2. Now he's P2. Even though he has 3 seconds time penalty, it's not the best for him, but he has a chance. He is in the P2, so that's very great for him. Cox so almost in the P10, but he does have a penalty with him. Now Gerbal have 2 laps to go. He is
2 laps to go indeed.
Of Falcon, and Noah he is.
Oh, but Falcon had a massive snap over steer out of turn 4.
Turn 5 is originally. But turn 5 now, Noah is a free place, that is a free tour for him. Gerbal is just cruising. He is just cruising with his hot tires. You know, he has better tires than the Noah and the mediums from Noah and Falcon. And I go flat out into turn 9. And I go now flat out into turn 11, 12, 13, 14, 13 and 14. And then flat out again till turn 15. Well, I don't think it's really flat out anymore because the tires are going to struggle of mediums of Noah and Falcon. But still, it's in P2, sorry, P2, I mean P3 for Falcon. And now we go into the last lap of the race. The moment we are waiting for the race to end, and the whole track is just split up. The whole track is just split up in 5 different groups. We have the solo group, another solo group, we have a triple group, we have a battle group, a duo, we have, just call it. So, the last lap of the way, Gerbil is in front. Now, Noah and Falcon, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna battle for each other, or are they gonna stay out? Now, Falcon is gonna choose the battle and going for the inside and takes the P2, but he might make P2, but it's gonna be 3 anyway, so it's a great fight for him to know how to get to P2 faster from Noah, so he can learn already about his moves and what he does in his defending. A great way to learn about some of these defending moves and etc. Now they go in the flat out in 211 to 214. And they do very nicely, goes into 6th gear, does the dump you EOS, what is saved, and now does Noah with the overspeed of almost 238 kph.
Yeah, no, absolutely flying on the straight, but at the same time, it is only one man who could pull it off in these difficult conditions. In this Gerbil once again winning at Silverstone and still keeping the streak of winning 5 races in a row. He has still won all of the races into this season, 5 out of 5. Nothing you could do to stop him, not even the rain could stop him. It is still him once again on the top step of the podium. But Noah, after some intense fighting he had this race and some moments in this season as well, he is back on the podium in P2. Falcon back on the podium as well, but this time it's only a P3. Joel Brano, who pulled a very beautiful performance last week in Spain, and he got a podium in P3, now just ever so slightly misses out on P4. CS in P5, Baby Mahomey a solid P6, Cam a solid P7 as well, good points for Alpine, and for Mercedes as well, P8 and P9 for them, and U Division gets the last point for Aston Martin, now closing the final lap of this British Grand Prix, and it is Quaxel and Max dropping out of the points, Aiden Jones being disconnected, and all of the other drivers retiring into the pits.
Neck has 1 point because he is the fastest lap in the end of the final lap, so he has the fastest lap, so he gets 1 point. That's good.
So stealing the 1 extra point at top 3 needed. They were battling so much for the fastest lap, but in the end neither of 3 got it.
Yeah. Now we have to see the beautiful podium of Gerbil. Damn. So that was it. The race: Gerbil P1, Noah P2, Falcon P3, Gerbil P4, TS P5, Baby Hermie P6, Cam P7, Marvin P8, Flankoenig P9, U-Division P10, Kotso P11, Max P12, Aiden Jones P13, even though he was ghosted, very nice done, his ghosting car. Peter is P14, Wiz P15, Sweet Hayes P16, Top G Tate is P17, and Alibi that's randomly retired, P18. And we have a lot of penalties.
Yeah, but after the penalties, well, these are the results of the weekend. So it is actually Falcon scoring more points than Noah overall in the weekend, because Noah just missed out on the points into the sprint, so he just got 18 overall and 21 for Falcon. But Gerbil gets the full point, except for the fastest lap, it's 25. Except for 26, but still 33 laps for Gerbil, absolutely dominating, even in this weekend. So, well, nothing I can say about that. But we will see what we can say about that as we will open into Discord voice chat to interview the podium sitters in just a moment. All right, so we are here into the voice chat. Jaden is joining me as well. So we are here with one of the podium sitters. Falcon is joining as well. Okay, so we are all in. We are all in. So we are gonna start from P3. Falcon, it's yet another podium for you. So keeping that podium streak. But this time it's not a P2, it's just a P3. And wait, I don't know what happened. I think I disconnected from the voice chat. I'm not sure. Can you hear me, guys? Oh, okay. So let me. I'm hearing you very low. I'm not sure why.
Why?
Okay, now I can hear you.
Why?
Okay, so
I will scream.
yeah. Okay. So I was saying, Falcon, you're back into the podium, but now it's only a P3, and the track limit penalty eventually got you in the end. But you were still battling with Noah on track. So I have to ask you, were you battling just for the memes, or do you think actually that penalty can get removed and you could gain positions?
I could remove it in the beginning, then I got another warning, and then I was just battling for funny because I was bored and I didn't want to sit behind because Yerbal had got a gap, so I was just fighting.
Okay, so you think it's still gonna be P3?
Yeah, I finished behind him on track as well, so.
Okay,
yeah,
and
it's not definitely gonna be P3, but boring, weird track setup didn't work. My tires went off too soon for anything. My left rear were gone after like 5 laps after I crashed Gerbal after the VSC.
yeah, and about tires, you chose the mediums when it stopped raining. You and Noah chose the mediums while Gerbal was on the hards. So were you hesitant on those mediums? Did you realize it was the wrong choice at the end, or were you very confident in choosing the mediums instead of the hards?
I was confident in the mediums because I tried the hards on Silverstone and I was just sliding around, which Yerbal was in the beginning. Yeah. So I was like, oh, nice. Now I picked the right tire, but no, then they went off. But I think it might have been a setup problem because the rear left was it never stopped overheating. It was 110 degrees all the time after it got up to temperature.
Okay, and if Jaden, I'll leave the word to you if there's anything you want to ask.
Let me think. Yeah, the sprints. So the thing about you and TS, what was your strategy because he was behind you? Did you work together to get higher in positions and to end with a crash that does be in P3, or was it just waiting and just fight for positions?
Yeah, it was just racing, I think, because on the last lap, everyone, I don't know, the top 3 in front of me were like all going wide or something, so I was gonna do the Frugo Hamilton move, and then I think I touched Tomac on the outside because it was Tomac or the curb, and my car just insta-spun because the contact model is,
Okay,
fine.
second question. How did you even get the P3? I'm just wondering, like, you just finished the course and just still got P3. That's amazing.
I wasn't even over the lines. I think I reversed over the finish line after the spin. So I think it was Noah's penalty, and I don't know what Noah got a penalty for. So we'll see. It might even be P4.
Maybe, yeah. But thank you.
And so now switching on to Noah for the P2 finish of this race. Finally back on the podium and once again racing with your old rival Gerbal. It was an intense fight. So I really enjoyed it. And I'm actually going to ask you the same question as Falcon. Were you confident with those mediums or did you eventually realize it was the wrong choice by the end?
It was definitely the best choice I could make because there was still a gap ahead to Gerbil, and I lost a bit of time in the pit stop as well. So that was the only chance for me to get back in the front. But it worked out pretty well.
And also about the race results, you finished P2 in the main race, but you missed out on the points in the sprint. So it was actually Falcon who scored the second most points overall into the weekend. So what exactly went wrong into the sprint for you?
Well, on the last lap, Gerbil and I got into a bit of contact, and I got sent off.
Oh, he got sent off the Discord voice chat.
Really?
Oh no, he just quit it for a second. Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh. when I got back on the track, I got an overtake, illegal overtake, which gave me 20 seconds in the end, but I can remove that, and yeah, so I will probably be top 4, I guess.
Oh, because I don't know, it just looked like so odd and so sudden to see that penalty on the very last lap or the very last corner as well. It looked very odd to me and Jaden, so I just wasn't sure what I watched there. And so Jaden, anything you want to ask Noah before we move on to Gerbal?
You want to do Dutch or what do you want to use Noah? Let's do English. Let's do English. Okay, English. Okay. Yeah. The thing when you start off the inters of the race, Gerbil went ahead with almost 4 seconds. What was your setup? Was it even because I said on the stream? I thought your setup was more into the dry than the wet, or was it more balanced? Your setup for the rain. Yeah, I actually didn't change my setup at all, so I drove with a dry setup in the rain, but I don't think I would have been behind them either way because they were just a little faster in the rain, but luckily I managed to catch up in the end. Right, thank you.
And now going on to Gerbal, I mean, what can I say? It is still a 100% win rate. Now 5 out of 5. You won the race. You won the sprint. You are still keeping this massive record. Not even the rain could stop you. And well, since I asked the same question, I'm gonna ask you too. Why did you choose the hards instead of the mediums?
Well, lack of experience with the hard tires in...
Oh, he quit as well.
What the fuck?
I mean, I have okay. That is my too.
I think there's a wild animal disconnecting me. My Xbox, no, not ideal. However, when first of all, I was extremely cautious going into the pit lane. I think I lost 2 seconds to Falcon because I just did not want to get Danny Perez nade and get a drive-through. And then picking the hards, I was thinking that there are a lot of laps to go on till the end of the race on on the mediums, but I did not expect the heat cycle that the hards would have to go through, and that they would have to get up to temperature over the course of like 10 laps before they actually felt drivable. And that was the stage where Falcon passed me and was actually faster than me. I was very much struggling to hang onto the back of him. Had it not been for the RS, I probably would have been dropped. And then I kept making the same mistake lap after lap after lap in the first slow corner of the track. I was drifting in fourth gear for some reason before I decided to take less throttle into that. So yeah, hards were a lack of experience decision. They worked out in the end, because when Falcon was telling me how worn his tires were, I was like 10% less on the rear left, which is a big margin on this game, and yeah, they worked out, but they sure as hell didn't look like they were gonna work out.
But you still made a workout in P1, so hats off to you as well. But now I'm gonna ask a question to all three of you, because you may know next round is the Mystery Grand Prix, the classical one with the qualifying in Monaco. So I was curious to know what exactly is your training for the Mystery Grand Prix, if there is any training. How do you approach that?
Who do you want to start answering?
Anyone.
All of you.
Okay, I can go first. My practice is going to be some time trial around Monaco to get a good qualifying setup. But the nice thing about this is, first of all, it's going to be my first Mystery Grand Prix with qualifying in Monaco in a random race, because I missed the previous two ones. And yeah, a very, very, very qualifying focused Monaco setup. And then I have leftover setups that I managed to grab for the first Mystery Grand Prix, so I'm probably just going to utilize them. And I'm going to try and focus on doing a few laps on the tracks I know I'm terrible at, like China and like Portimao. I've not touched Portimao on this game at all. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a lot of just focusing on my weak spots, just to have all that work wasted, because the race is going to be at Singapore and no one's going to win.
Okay, so that's an interesting side. And now Noah and Falcon, if any of you wants to answer that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna practice, or like I'm gonna probably do the next Sunday. I'm gonna do probably 5 laps on time trial on Monaco. Then I'm just gonna.
So just going completely bare bones before the race.
Yeah, that's my strategy.
Well, that's an interesting site as well. And Noah, what gem can you tell us about your training for the Mystery Grand Prix?
Well, Monaco is one of my worst tracks, so I'll probably have to do some time trial. But not much practice before. I don't think I have enough time to practice.
So just completely relying on your adaptability skill.
Yeah, mostly that, yes.
Okay, so I think it's gonna be very interesting, and I cannot wait to watch next week Grand Prix. And before I end the stream, Jaden, anything you want to ask to anyone?
Dilbo, I have one question.
Yes.
I have also experience with the hearts. I drove also in the practice when I did Silverstone. Now, the thing was, Falcon and Noah were both on mediums, and you were the only one on hearts in front. And the experience that you got with the snaps, with oversteer, understeer, was very high. Now, I want to ask, did your reaction change when you, before you pitted with the hearts, and you thought like, okay, the heart's gonna be meh, I'll be good, like the mediums? Or did you like, okay, I know the heart already, when you, no, sorry, wait, I'm saying it wrong. So, when you pitted for hearts, what is your first option? Or did you really think about what tires to go mediums or hard? Because hearts are longer and mediums are gonna long too, but Did you finally at the end just realize that the hards were the best option than the medium tire?
Well, I still think the mediums were the better option because, like, Falcon, due to setup issues, had a lot of tire wear on the rear, and Noah caught us by a very substantial margin. Like, I think 4+ seconds, and he was consistently lapping around half a second faster than us. So I still think with the right setup and with the right, like, bringing them up to temperature nicely and gently, they were the better option. But for me, I was never gonna pick them because I know I am the tire shouter, and I can't. No, but for the life of me, I can't just coast with the tires, so I had to pick the hards. And then when I drove past, and it didn't occur to me that people could go mediums, then I drove past the pit box, and I saw the beautiful yellow walled tires going onto Falcon's car, and I had a massive fucking heart attack because I knew it was either gonna go as it did with Falcon's tires degrading quickly, or it was gonna be me struggling to basically stay on track and Falcon with that extra grip just stretching away.
Alright, because did you know already that the hards are gonna be the best after 6-7 laps? Or did you just realize that those 6-7 laps you did after you pitted for hards?
Well, I realized I had a shot of winning this when Falcon started, like, struggling with the tires a lot. Because when they overheated, and when the tire was spiked, there was a stage in the race where the tire for me stagnated a lot. And from what I was hearing from Falcon, it was going up. So that was the stage where I thought, you know what, give or take lap 20 or so, I'm actually going to have the pace on these guys. And I think lap 21 or something, I was in the lead by 0.6 from Noah and the DRS, and then I actually started switching away a bit. So around lap, I'm going to say 15, 16, 17, like those 3 laps, I realized that the situation isn't as bad as I first thought. But it still wasn't ideal because I was struggling massively with understeer everywhere. And also, since lap 4, I got 2 warnings on lap 4. And since lap 4, I had to watch out immensely to not get a 3-sec. And on a track like this, on a game like this, where most of the track is flat out and you have to cut the corners to make time, and the turn is just so unpredictable because on one lap it's understeer city and on the next lap it's the W11. It was very tough not getting a penalty.
That was a smart thing to do, to not get a penalty. But thanks. That's it. I think that ends the interview.
Yeah, so thank you everyone for joining into the interviews once again, and congratulations for your podium in the race, and also in being the 3 drivers scoring the most points overall. So congratulations once again, and wish you the best of luck for the Mr. Grand Prix.